Hi, this is Trey Pass. I also want to talk about the Batman 2, the casting of Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent, potentially to be Two-Face, and also, what's her name, Scarlett Johansson, maybe being Gilda Dent, being cast as Gilda Dent. I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but we know that she's going to have a part in the movie along with Sebastian Stan. Now, there are different ways that they could go with this. Traditionally, Harvey Dent gets the water, the acid thrown in his face and becomes Two-Face. But I think in the Tomorrowverse, that DC animated, his wife actually Gilda, but she becomes Two-Face. Um, and I have to think. I know in Scarlett Johansson, they're not going to just cast her as to be his loving wife. They might make her, because I know that I think in Tomorrowverse she was like she became like a killer, the holiday killer in the Tomorrowverse after the Falcons, made her lose her baby. I think in some iterations she becomes the holiday killer. Okay, and she eventually turns into Two-Face. Okay, so I don't know if Matt Reeves is going to do that version, or he's going to, maybe he might do that. May have her, like, don't have Harvey change into Two-Face until the third movie. This is just my speculation. Maybe have him change into Two-Face at the end. Maybe when he finds out that his wife, played by Scarlett Johansson, is really the holiday killer or something, and then so that way you can always give him the same backstory about his father being abusive and stuff, and him having a split personality, big heart, and all that stuff. And then at the end, maybe he gets the acid thrown in his face, and then in this third movie, he ultimately becomes Two-Face. Because I don't think they're casting Scarlett Johansson just to be his loyal wife. Because I know in most traditional versions of when Harvey becomes Two-Face, she's his loving wife, and she's normal, she's not crazy or anything like that. But I know in different versions they change her character's origin. In some versions she literally becomes. I think Harvey dies and she becomes Two-Face. Okay, so I don't know if Matt Reeves is going to do that, or maybe make her be the holiday killer. I think she's going to have more of a role. I don't think she'll just be the traditional, loving, long-suffering wife of Harvey Dent. I think she will be probably the holiday killer and stuff. And then but I don't think she'll become Two-Face. I think Sebastian Stan's character eventually will become Two-Face, but I think it won't be in the second movie. I think it'll be Harvey Dent throughout, and maybe at the very end, or maybe at post-credit scene, he'll become Two-Face, and then you'll see him in the third movie fully be Two-Face. Okay, after everything he's gone through with his wife and everything is. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you think. Okay, and this is Paul saying so long. Take care.